use the actual traditional conga techniques, which of course take a lot of discipline, but I teach them pseudo. So that's basically close enough for most situations. Your fatty heel is here, and you're going to be able to come back and forth like that. And also this is another, and so yeah. So basically, this is where the left hand is all the way off, and you're getting just that open full tongue in the middle of the head. And this part and this is coming across on the bearing edge here. And yeah, that's a good one. But it gets away from the head as quickly as possible. See, now you're rising all the way up off the head. Now, because Afro-Cuban gets so busy, you're going to get to the point where you're going to be able to leave the fatty part of the hand, not muffling the head, just right at the base of it. So it's like when you're doing it. So this is one of the basic patterns that they're going to teach. So see this note? That's actually a note. So what you're doing here is. And as soon as you hear it, you go, yeah, that's it. So it's like.
Do you mind if I record?
We're online right now, but yeah, sure.
I brought a device. Thanks. If you don't mind.
No, it's fine.
To the car. Okay. Huh.
So, yeah. So here we are. So here's your first note, and then tip, just a tip. Yeah. Now again, find this comfort zone for the fatty part of your hand on the bearing edge. That will not. It doesn't muffle the note at all. It's just there to do these different techniques. But what happens is you're going here. That's your tip, and then you're coming back, and you're leaving your tip down, and you're getting that high muffled tone note at the edge of the drum here, and then that note. Now that's on the head. Yeah, that's on the head. So it's there, but it's not much. But it's definitely a traditional.
But it keeps the time.
It keeps it in. Yeah, and that was kind of like how it evolved. So. Don't speed up though. Good. Now you can do that. So you see when you add the extra note, then it throws all the sequence off. But so most of the time that's as close an approximation as you're going to need, because there's real congueros, they're going to bust your chops. It's like you got to do these exercises on this. Richard Marquez, great conguero, came in with one of his. A mother had been given some of our drums as gifts by her son, who's a professional drummer, and then she ended up appropriating her son's drum teacher to teach her, and she does shamanic drumming, and so she came in and wanted me to tune her drums that her son had bought for her here, and she brought in her drum teacher, Richard Marquez, who's like, this guy's played with everybody, and he's real sweet, a real traditional Cuban. So I said, okay, here's the test. We sat down, we drummed together, and it's like he completely appreciated my approach, and didn't criticize it, and accepted that. This was not traditional Afro-Cuban, but it had the essence, because he was playing from the spiritual history. His relatives, they were all like spirit drummers, Cuban. So it's like he understood that this was a simplification for our culture, that we shouldn't be shy about it, that this is what we can play, this is what we will play proudly, and entertain and create dance and spirit and all that stuff. we don't have to go to that really tough old school of Afro-Cuban drumming. So that's why. Now you're going to start to hear a tone coming up when you get your heel, when your left heel gets that note. Once you find that note, you'll start to hear that tone, because there is tone there.
Right now it's fun.
Yeah. So the thing about Afro-Cuban is that note that you get with the heel of your hand. That's the and of 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. That's the and. So then when we translate over the two drums, so you got your quinto on your right. I'm trying to remember the way your setup was. Okay, now let's go back to the song, because oddly enough, a lot of the traditional Afro-Cuban stuff does not fit with pop. North America. You probably noticed this. It influences pop music, but a lot of the grooves they don't. It's like, how do you make it fit? So, like I went last time you were here, the paradiddle. Like, did you do the paradiddle? I showed you the paradiddle, right? But it did stick.
I think so.
Yeah.
It's been some time.
Right, left, right, right, left, right, left, left, right, left, right, right, left, right. Okay, now on the djembe, it's because originally it was sticks. So right in the middle, and then these notes are going to be on the edge. Yeah. Okay. And now the left one. Yeah. So right, left. Yeah. Good. Now, when you do that left one, with the downbeat on with your left hand, I'm sorry, with your right hand, first song you mentioned when I was asking you? What song was that?
It's a new song. Take Me to the Rivers in my book, and I'm going to try it.
So you're going to do sort of what, like Al Green or Talking Heads or what?
I don't like the Talking Heads version, too much. I like Al Green's version's great. I like Eva Cassidy's version a lot. She's kind of a hero of mine. And Delbert McClinton did a good version.
God bless Delbert.
He's good. So that's the guy that did my chart. I said, let's do the Delbert McClinton version.
Okay. So I don't know. I mean, I probably heard it but what tempo was he doing to that?
I don't know. What kind of a solid 4 rock.
Sure, yeah, that Austin thing.
Yeah, I love you like I do.
Don't know. No, that's not. What's the lyric? I love you like I do. Okay, now do it. starting to pick up
Cool.
tempo
Yeah,
and tensing.
exactly.
But the beginning though was really solid. So we'll take a break here and we'll get Kathy set up. And
How are you doing?
Fine, how are
Good,
you?
good.
so it's just totally typical that song was speed up, especially when you do so much.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
I mean, this is technically a challenging thing to do, is to sing, especially that song. That's a funky song.
Well, there's a lot of space in it,
Yeah.
so you can either.
Hey, come on in.
Welcome, welcome. Did your daughter leave yet? for
She
her-
got back last night.
Oh, how was it? She
Wonderful.
and she's healthy and everything.
She is.
Some water?
Hey,
Anyone?
Gavin.
Hey.
You know, I would love some water.
Yeah, it's a day for water.
All getting here at the same time.
Oh, good. I'm glad she's back and well.
Yeah, she loved it. She didn't bring me back a drum though.
Thank you.
What?
How are you doing, Gavin?
Good, thanks. How are
Good.
you?
Good.
Okay, we're gonna
Look like you got
do
some
some
sun.
drums.
Kat.
Get everybody set up here. Yeah. Okay. Oops, sorry. So, yeah, before you start that one, you count these off?
Yes, I do. Yeah.
So, you know the trick of just doing it really quietly till you find your groove, and then you count it off.
Okay.
And actually, that's a moment of entertainment for the audience because they identify with you when you're looking for your groove at that moment. And what you're doing is actually overcoming the fear of the moment,
Yes.
the commitment, because once you're committed to the song, you're stuck with it.
That's
So it's like you want to try to get it right the first time. So the audience unconsciously really wants you to get it right. That's why they're paying their money, whatever. So it's like, let them be there with you when you're looking for your groove. I've watched this with a lot of great people. They walk around the stage and that's not it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And always just like, he's looking for it, and they get it there where she's looking for it. It's like, there it is. And then there's magic.
Yep. Yep.
So,
That's a good point.
yeah.
If you rush into it, then the song's like you're thinking.
And it's usually the lead singer who rushes into it.
I'm gonna pay you now.
You know,
I know
because
I'm
they're
gonna
afraid,
leave
and they react by saying to the band, speed up, we're losing them. And that's the wrong thing to do.
Janet.
Because by speeding up, you will lose them. So that magical moment where you get situated with your groove is this moment when the audience becomes simpatico with what you're doing. Yeah, yeah. And it just takes a moment. It's not a lot. You don't have to do much. And but I've seen people shut it down like halfway through the first verse. And the band is like humiliated because they're trying to be showmen, right? It's show business, right? It's like, no, the leader says there's no magic here. We have to find the magic in this moment. And the only way to do that is like, we gotta start it again at the right tempo. It takes incredible courage for the band leader to do that. Incredible sense of correctness. And most guys don't want to do that. They don't want to show, they don't want to be that vulnerable. So, we'll make it through. Well, the song ends up sounding like the Chipmunks. Let's say. And the band's, oh, it sucks. It's like, it was okay in rehearsal. It's like, yeah, that's when you were looking at the mirror, you're looking at yourself in the mirror at the rehearsal hall, and now suddenly you're looking at an audience who's insisting to be entertained, and so it's because the woman that was just in here when you were just walking in, she's doing shamanic drumming in San Diego, and so it's all shamanic drumming. All drumming is shamanic, and even when you're singing, especially when you're singing Al Green, Take Me to the River, that's a heavy-duty song about spiritual things. And you ever seen a river baptism?
In a movie.
Yeah, where Brother, Where Art Thou? They did play
Yeah.
it. But it's
I'm just gonna grab
it's a
the,
really loaded event.
grab the,
How you doing, Garvin?
Good, thanks. How are you?
Oh, a little hot.
Yeah. I saw an article the other day where the guy segued from talking about Tim Buckley and his song blindness into his macular degeneration and going blind, but it was interesting.
Oh, he referred to Tim's.
Yeah, he went on for a paragraph or two about
Tim and must have been blind. Tim wrote a few songs.
yeah
About
it was yeah it was I think it was just blind.
Yeah,
And,
must have been blind. Yeah,
and
that's well. It's
but
real
he-
interesting how his influence.
when he segued from that, he said something about the circumstances of his death were much more complicated. He said that's a whole nother story.
My God, who was this guy? He sounds like he was
He's like a local, that local paper, the Santa
Oh, I'm
Monica
sorry.
Daily Press or something. He's like a local commentator, contributor to that.
interesting.
I'm trying to think which one he was. There's two of them that I almost saved it, brought it in, but I got to read that.
Well, I get stuff
Yeah,
about
I do pick it up.
Yeah.
Pick up all the little papers. There's so
Yeah.
much funny stuff,
I know.
or interesting, or useful.
Yeah, yeah. It's interesting.
In no particular order.
Right.
Well,
Yeah.
my caddy's listening to Diane Lang, the meditation expert,
Mhm.
and
And there was an interview of her, and turns out she's the daughter of Emmett Chapman, who invented the Chapman stick, which was a musical,
Wow.
a stringed
A
instrument,
bass type
yeah,
one.
and that she grew up
it's a
in
very
that
small world.
environment. Very
Interesting.
yeah, small world.
And then from England, because he was huge in England. So they're covering some of his unreleased music with a new band.
Hi, Janet. Nice to meet you. I think
Here
I may
before,
have been
yeah,
here, yeah.
Well, sorry, I called you Gavin, so it's Garvin. Sorry.
So we're going to go into the group, but we're going to come once we set up set up the circle. We'll come back to that because that's a great song. Take Me to the River. You know the words, right?
Yes, I do.
I had a session before Linda came in. A woman, shamanic drum therapist from San Diego. She's real nice, real sharp. She'll be back. big Andy, here it comes. Last one. Oh, good. So we were working on Take Me to the River before we got started here. So let's work on that a little bit.
That sounded good.
Yeah. So let's see. Where were we now? We were going to do Delbert McClinton's version, though. Al Green, Talking Heads, and
Eva Cassidy.
Eva Cassidy.
Great. Was a great singer. Wow. Really good. If you get a
I
chance.
have to go check her version out. Is it on you? It's on YouTube.
I don't know. I got the CD old school style.
Okay.
So,
Love you like I do, with all the things that you put me through. You take my money, my cigarettes. I ain't seen the worst of it yet. I wanna know. Take it off there.
can you tell me how can I stay here with you? Take me to the river, wash me down, yeah. Take me to the river, my feet back on the ground, yeah. I don't know why you treat me so bad after all the good times that we had. Stole my candles, my cigarettes. I haven't seen the worst of it yet. I wanna know, boy, won't you tell me how can I stay here with you? Take me to the river, wash it down, yeah, yeah. Take me to the river, put my feet back on the ground, yeah. Hold me, tease me, love me, and you can please me till I can't take no more. Take me to the river, wash it down, yeah, yeah. Take me to the river, put my feet back on the ground, yeah. I don't know why you treat me so bad after all the good times that we've had. Your 16 candles, they burn on my wall. Now who's the biggest fool of them all? I wanna know. Little break. Can you tell me how can I stay here with you?
Now, relax a little. Don't let it get wrong.
To the river,
Lay it back.
wash me down, yeah. Take me to the river, yeah. Put my feet back on the ground, yeah. Solos.
Yeah. Can you do that little fill behind the solo?
Love
the stinger. Got to do the stinger. The players need that stinger. You set up the stinger, and then that's the last note.
Okay.
Like, here we go. Okay, set it up, and then boom. You telegraph so everybody can see it. Boom. Yeah. And then then you'll get an applause, because the audience, that's the cue. Here they're gonna know. Okay, this is the end. Get ready to applaud. That's your setup note for the band, and then boom.
Okay.
And then everybody in the crowd knows they get to be in the band at that point, and they get to clap. So it's important. That's where your tips come from. That note.
Yeah.
Because they're included. You're including them. And when they feel included, then you're a hit. Doesn't matter what you sound like, what you look like, or the music that you're doing. It really doesn't matter. Because that's the magical aspect of it. That's cool. It's an entirely different version than David Byrne, which is cool, you know. But yeah, you can't beat Al Jackson. Like that's Al Green's drummer. Was Al Green's drummer? It's like he had the ability to give the impression of congas and percussion with just what he was playing on the kit, and it's like he would do this, and he'd throw in every once in a while this little tom, this little single note, and it like colors the whole song. And as soon as you hear that note, you know it's Al Green, and you know Al Jackson's on the drums. And it's like he was a shaman drummer. There was no doubt about it. He had this magical quality to what he did, and he knew that that's what his job was in Memphis. So, and that song, you know, that's that hoodoo stuff. You know, you get into that groove, man, it's really powerful. People identify with that. What other songs you got? You named a few other ones.
You know, mixing up some ballads, doing the Tracks of My Tears, Ain't No Sunshine.
Yeah, those are all pretty straight up, like what we just did. So that paradiddle, it's gonna work. Gonna work for a lot of stuff. And it's like you can even cheat it. You just, you know, you don't have to play all the notes, because you got players, and you just give that high tone, you know, every once in a while. So, yeah. Sometimes that's all you need. Somewhere between Alba Centauri and Las Vegas. Now that tempo is the right tempo, but you see, he was fighting. He wanted to speed up, and that's like the traditional merengue tempo that locks in, you know, and that's why the cowbell is really critical in Afro-Cuban to keep everybody from speeding up. And so I was playing the part on my tambourine. It's like, because it was, and if you can imagine that because the cowbell part is on the upbeat. There it is. You had this. And then see over here, this note, keep going. It's all based on variations of the paradiddle. Jimmy, Jimmy, Cocoa Pop, Jimmy, Jimmy Pop, Jimmy, Jimmy, Cocoa Pop, Jimmy, Jimmy Pop, Jimmy, Jimmy, Cocoa Pop, Jimmy, Jimmy. Not a lot of people remember that one. The big orchestra, this is all that's going on. It's one of these huge cowbells, but it locks it in. And this going too. Play the clave. Now, last one. Oh. So, yeah. Listen. That combination, that's real popular. You can use that one a lot. Yeah. But this note's important. Yeah. So these are combinations of rhythm and hitting. That's why Cubans are great boxers, because they got combinations based off this kind of thing. The original version, yeah. Oye, como I say, oye, como va. It's the clave, but it's simplified. Used to watch Santana do this. And you can cheat it, and then take a break. You gotta find places to take a break in the rhythm to rest the groove, to rest your hands. There you go. the space, when you leave the space, it really makes it funky. The space makes you want to dance. Because that's what dancing is, filling in the space of the rhythm, of the drummers. So the drummer that plays all the notes, hard to dance. So it's cooking. It's like food, cooking food. Just the right amount of notes and the right amount of space creates the dance. So yeah, that's that tempo locks in like that, and you can't help it. Everybody's, they're gonna love it. And the mind fears staying that slow and steady. The critical mind, the new mind. And so that's why I do the therapy, to get people to not listen to that fear mechanism in their own mind. So speed up, speed up, speed up. You're going too slow. We're gonna be late, or whatever, So this kind of drumming reminds us of those steady, true grooves that are part of the human experience. Always will be. Doesn't matter how digital we get. That's one of those tempos. You see how difficult it is because the mind wants to race, and that's just the cultural context that we're in. So your job as a drummer is to remind people that these are the eternal grooves. These are what humans have always danced and loved to and eat to and live to, and it'll always be that way. So you become iconic. And it's not you, it's the drum, it's the groove, that's doing it. And it comes through you, and that's what people witness, and that's why they put down their money and buy the drinks and dance, and it's like, and that's why the drummer has this mysterious role in pop music, because it's not really explainable. Guitar player is going to play guitar, but the drummer does something else. It's outside the music. Otra vez. So. Now, since we're outside, keep your eyes on the road and your hands upon the wheel. You do the bad. Keep your eyes on the road and your hands upon the wheel. You do the bad. our shuffle medley.
Instant replay.
The Santa Monica.
Good. Santa Monica. Santa Monica, here I go.
Almost going to Santa Monica. We'll have to work on that one. Let's see, where are we? Thank you to my body, your body, your body. Thank you to my body, your body, your body. Thank you to my body, your body, your body. Thank you to my body, your body, your body. Thank you to my heart, your heart, your heart. Thank you to my heart, your heart, your heart. Thank you to my heart, your heart, your heart. Thank you to my heart, your heart, your heart. Real simple, real lazy. Yeah. Give yourself room to relax. So this gives you flexibility. You can play this cymbal behind like one of your musicians who play a solo or something. You don't have to be so busy, because they're going to be busy. They're going to play. So you just need to know.
Good etiquette.
Yeah. It's all based off that paradiddle. Paradiddle, paradiddle. Paradiddle, paradiddle. Paradiddle, paradiddle. Paradiddle, paradiddle. My grandma and your grandma sitting by the fire. My grandma said to your grandma, gonna set your flag on fire. Giacomo Fino, Anani, Giacomo Finani. Oh, hey now, I go on there. Oh, Giacomo Fino, Anani, Giacomo Finani. See that girl all dressed in green. I go on there. She's not a girl, she's a loving machine. Giacomo Finani. Hey now, I go on there. Whoa, Giacomo Fino, Anani, Giacomo Finani. Hey now, I go on there. Oh, Giacomo Fino, Anani, Giacomo Finani. See that girl all dressed in red. I go on there. You don't pay her, she'll kill you dead. Giacomo Finani. Hey now, I go on there. Oh, Giacomo Fino, Anani, Giacomo Finani. Hey now, I go on there. Giacomo Fino, Anani, Giacomo. Little brisk, but you know, the change up tempos are going to change and everything. You gotta go? Oh, thanks for coming in. Good to see you again. Thanks for sharing the groove. That was
See you
great.
in a couple weeks.
Oh, okay. Traveling? Good. Well, safe trips. Safe travels. Okay. The ability to play a song in a different groove at the drop of a misplaced, count off it's really important. You know that. Because you get on there and it's like suddenly somebody counts it off wrong and you got to commit to it. Mm-hmm. And suddenly it's a whole different song, different groove, different, phrasing, everything's different. But that makes it exciting. That makes it different and difficult, and it's a challenge. And if it's a standard, you can get through it. You get clever, but when you have phrases like this, from the drummer's point of view, you make the song work in this odd, groove that somebody accidentally counted off. And that's the trick, the drummer stitches it together. Because everybody's going, oh no, this isn't the right groove, it's like, no, it's okay, we make it through, and it'll be fine. And you can discover stuff. It's like, yeah, it's cool. So these little licks, they'll fit into different grooves. They hold it together. So that's why I don't teach technique anymore. I teach the flow, how you create a flow. And then flexibility, because so many drummers like, no, this is the way I learned, this is the way I got to do it. And I've seen drummers like bust some very powerful, famous, great musicians, singer-songwriters, say, that's not the groove. It's like, you talking to me? And it's like the drummer gets rigid in their thinking, and they don't realize it. They just want to be correct. Mm-hmm. So the real essence of a great drummer is that flexibility, because James Brown, Al Green, they counted off different. They counted off wrong because they want to change it up. They want to make everybody wake up, get the horn section to wake up, play their parts for real. Mm-hmm. So and James Brown knocked the tempo up twice as fast, and it's like it's already fast. The single was already fast, but he'd double it up. And as a result, everybody was on their toes. You had to pay attention. You couldn't phone your part in. And the audience gets that. They appreciate that. So it's like, where we were going was like, now, again, these are one of these tempos. Can't let it speed up. Because I want to go to the Wawanko thing. So this rhythm, I love this rhythm because there's so many different things going going on at the same time. If you get the right tempo. Wash away, wash away, wash away, fear. 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 Wash away, wash away, wash wash away, wash away, wash away illness, 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 wash away, wash away, wash away. Now, this is a two-kunga technique. Like, you know, the left hand I was showing you on the kunga before. So you can do this with two kungas. And this is but you can't push it. You gotta be nice and relaxed with it. Because again, this is one of those grooves that fits a million pop songs. But don't speed up. Be a little slower for that one. Actually, Otis did it straight up before. Those are straight fours. This is a swing. So let's see. Let's go. Yeah, right. I'm only alive for you. See, now you've discovered a secret. This is a chicken soup groove. It fits everything. Because all those songs that you're singing, those are straight up and down fours. And this is the secret of how rock and roll was invented. Because this is the original blues groove. You know, like this fits all those old blues songs. So what happened was, New Orleans again. Every once in a while, the blues guys would have a hit with the white kids up north. Because normally everything was here. Dance with my baby, all right hand. All that old stuff, the doo-wop stuff, was coming out of this swing. And every once in a while they got a hit and they didn't know why. Because they straightened it up. And now, it's real obvious for the white kids they can find that downbeat. The swing is a little too obscure for kids that didn't have any rhythm at all in their diet. So this made it real obvious, closer to a march actually. And that's how rock and roll was invented. That's how Little Richard did it, and Chuck, and Jerry Lee. They did this. But bum 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 bum. So it's just straight up and down. But part of the rhythm section were old school, and they would play it. Yeah. So what they did was combine the two together. And that's what rock can create amazing drama and excitement if they're playing straight four and you swing it. And you know, Little Richard's rhythm section, they were so hip to that because he would go, and the drummer's going, and it's like, you know, it's like oil and water. They don't fit, but it swings and it creates incredible drama. You know, so there's few musicians that understand that anymore. Delbert, of course, and on that whole scene in Austin, they understood it because it's a tradition. And when I did one session with Billy Burnett and his dad, Dorsey Burnett, the original rock and roll trio. And it's like Train Kept a Rolling, all these great old rockabilly songs. And I did that. And Dorsey turns and says, "You know the secret, man." I said, "Yeah,
cool.
yeah." Because most drummers now, there's like cheap pack, you know, it's like they don't realize that there's a swing hidden underneath that straight up and down sterilized rock beat. So for instance, we can go to Otis, back to Otis, like sitting on the corner sun. What time is it? Are we like 5 o'clock?
I don't know this. Flip my old school tape.
So sitting in the watching the ships rolling, and I watch them roll away again. Ooh, sitting back of the bay, watching the tide roll away.
Ooh, yeah. Sitting on the dock of the bay.
Chase. Oh, Georgia, headed for the Frisco Bay. I had nothing to live for. Looks like nothing gonna come my way. Oh, just sitting on the... Again, this is one that's gonna pick up. It's gonna speed up. Roll away.
Ooh, yeah.
Sitting on the dock of the bay, wasting time. Nothing gonna change. Everything remains the same. I can't do what 10 people tell me to do, so I just remain the same. Resting my bones. Don't speed it up, let it back. This loneliness won't leave me alone. 2,000 miles I roam just to make this dock my home. Singing on the dock of the bay, time roll away. Singing on the dock of the bay, wasting time. So this is pretty much an acceptable. This is, there you go. The trick again with this one is not to push. See, everybody thinks that Dwayne Allman actually started the Allman Brothers. You know who really started the Allman Brothers? J-Mo. J-Mo.
Oh yeah.
J-Mo was Otis's drummer.
Oh yeah.
And J-Mo knew Phil because Phil was booking and managing Otis. So after Otis died, Phil Walden had J-Mo and he knew he had solid gold. And it's like he called Jerry Waxler, President Atlantic, and said, you know, I've really got something happening here, but I need players. And Jerry said, well, there's this kid that came back from California, and he's in Muscle Shoals, and they call him Sky Dog, and he can play. And that was Dwayne. So Phil called him and said, you come to Macon, and I'll pay for your lunch. And he did. And so it was Dwayne meeting J-Mo that created the Allmans, because J-Mo was there. So the drummer has that unspoken, incredible influence. You know, they say a band is only as good as their drummer. You know.
Who was the Santana guy that was a great Marcus Miller? Was that his name? Great drummer, and then he became a homeless person, and Santana found him again. He was actually a percussionist. Have you guys heard this story? It happened a few years ago when the local news captured Santana regrouping with this guy and kind of pulling him out of the streets and back into the studio.
Yeah, no, he wasn't even 18 years old when they had their hits.
Yeah.
And Carl is kind of, I don't know. It's a hard story because Carlos was his name. Santana was his name, you know, so he owned that name. And they fought it, you know, because they needed to work. They weren't making any money. And it's like they couldn't use the name. And so he kind of like said adios, you know, to those guys, the original guys. And it's like, and it happened so much.
I read something about Bruce Springsteen's original drummer, like a week before the first hit happened, they had a big fight. He either quit or they kicked him out. And, you know, it's like,
Yeah.
And now once in a while they'll have him come back just because he's almost homeless. So they said Springsteen will give him a little work now and then.
Yeah,
It's weird.
it's and that was the scenario. When a band, you know, works hard, they get out on the road, they get tight, and it's focused on the drummer. The drummer makes the band work. And then the labels come along and say, okay, we'll sign you. And then the drummer gets designated to this backseat situation suddenly. And they're not going to agree. It happened with Levon, it happened with everybody. And it's like the singer-songwriters figure, oh, we'll just get and the label is feeding them a bunch of shit. And they're saying, I'll just get another drummer.
I heard they tried to do that with Ringo too. They were like, oh, we use a session drummer, you don't need him.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, they
no.
did use a session drummer in the first album,
Yeah,
not the whole thing.
They said he's part of the band, you know. They're like, well,
Yeah,
okay, well,
yeah.
if you say so. But
But-
they wanted to get rid of him.
Yeah, the label.
You mean the
Yeah,
label did?
label.
Yeah.
Because actually Ringo was with Rory Storm and the Hurricanes for years, and he was their linchpin, I understand. Just from
He was.
stuff
He
I
was
read.
solid as a rock. And like, see, like Charlie Watts with the Stones would not have existed if they couldn't get Charlie Watts. That was the bottom line, because Charlie was like the working jazz drummer in London. And they said, please, you know. He said, no, I only take paying gigs. You know, I'm not going to live with a bunch of cockroaches in an apartment with a bunch of guys that don't have it together. So they made sure that every time they had a gig, Charlie would play only if he got paid, because he was like totally professional about the whole thing. And from then on, Keith realized that it was all based on Charlie. If Charlie could do it, then the band was gonna be successful, because you know that sound, and Charlie was smart and knew how to make it work. And of course, the drummer's back there; he doesn't get any of the spotlight. But Keith always respected.
Yeah. You know,
Mick didn't.
Well, Mick's busy
Mick,
being
yeah.
an icon.
And-
But
and-
if you
and-
watch the Rolling Stones, you know, in any video, current or past, Charlie's so deadpan. It's so great.
Yeah, he's doing his job.
That
He's-
steadiness is.
and when he's old, man, he's like a Zen master. And he's so thin, and he's there, man. He's like, he's amazing. He's really amazing. And Keith was down in front of him going, God, you are God, I am not worthy, you know, because it was really Charlie that you know, made those grooves. So it's like when, who were we, oh yeah, Santana, that was a heartbreaker. Yeah.
I saw that video where Rolling Stones followed James Brown, and
The
Mick
Tammy
almost
Show.
killed himself. Mick
Trying
came
to-
out and tried to jump up in the air and do the splits, and he almost like fell in a big heap. I mean, he was like,
Yeah, that's here at Santa Monica Civic, they shot that.
yeah,
The
yeah,
Tammy
that was.
TMI. Wow.
It was like,
But you can watch Charlie. Charlie doesn't change. Charlie's just the Buddha. He's back there doing it, and it's like it's all based off him. And it's like when James was there, the drummer was right down front, right, you know, like 10 feet, less than 10 feet from where James Brown was doing his splits, you know, and all those cues, those body cues between the drummer and James, that had been worked out for years, and that's what makes a great show. Because like James Brown was tired. That was one of the hardest shows he'd ever done. Because they told him, you know, you're gonna have to like prove yourself to this audience, and he did. But the drummer, and I forgot who it was, he was just like right there with him, like all those hits, and James would go. Because the drummer cues the band very subtly, and the band won't admit it a lot of times, but the drummer cues, especially rock and roll bands. They don't want to admit that the drummer's actually cueing the band, you know, actually directing the band. So even, you know, from your congas, you know, take on that authority, because they wouldn't be able to do it without the drummer. And Levon with the band, it was like a prime example. And like Dylan came along and heard him and said, okay, I want you guys to be my backup band. And Levon said no, and he left. And so they brought in, what's his name, from here to LA, who was just, you know, but, you know, did the job, but actually absolutely not interesting at all. But when they went up to Big Pink and did the Woodstock thing, they begged him, you know, Robbie, please, Levon, come up. And Levon was working on an oil rig. He didn't want any of that nonsense. But before they'd gotten signed with Dylan, it was Levon and the Hawks, or whatever they were calling themselves, not the Hawks. But it was, Levon was the head of the band. He was singing and playing the drums, and he was fronting the band. And after, you know, Dylan comes along and he says, no. So the drummer's always getting screwed. Like Morrissey, when he was with the Smiths, same thing happened. And they decided to can the drummer, you know. He says, well, he wasn't going to give up his percentage. And he had lawyers saying, look, I lived in that van just like everybody else did. And we drove all over England and, you know, Europe. And he says, so I deserve a equal cut. And most singer-songwriters don't consider the drummer deserving of an equal cut on a co-write, because he's just the drummer. Except Boss Skaggs. Now Boss Skaggs gave Picaro writing credit on all that slow dancer stuff, the stuff that made Boz. He knew Picaro was the guy that came up with the pea soup, you know. And on a hi-hat, pea soup, pea soup, pea soup, pea soup, pea soup, pea soup, you know, that was Picaro. But you can't speed it up. You gotta lock it in. In that case, the meditation where you're back behind the beat, where you're just relaxed. Because the drummer does what the drummer does, everybody gets excited. That's the drummer's job. Everybody gets excited when the drummer's... But the drummer's job is not to get excited. The drummer's job is to hold it steady. Because if you push it, there's no room for the cool notes. Because the drummer's locking it in, especially in rhythm and blues. Locking it in. What was some of the R&B that was Smokey? Slow down. This is the. Come on down. Slow it down. Take a good look at my face. You see my smile looks out of place. You look closer, it's easy to trace. Tracks of mine. There's Benny Benitez was playing on that one. This is really where the tempo should be. Because you gotta have room for the voice. Tracks of mine. Even slower for that one. Now sing it what's going on at this tempo. Now we just cooled it down. Oh yeah. Well, now that's a different group. That's a little quicker now. What that's do for you? Yeah. What?
Tried jamming it in there.
Yeah.
Didn't
Yeah.
work. Never heard
You
that.
can you can. That's really close. So it's close. It's, they cut this in Miami. Some friends of mine cut this one. Bobby Caldwell.
Yeah.
They cut that at Criteria in Miami. But I don't remember the words. You remember the words?
Here we go. Guess you wonder where I've been. Search to find the love within.
Don't rush on
I
it.
came back
Stay
to
relaxed.
let you know.
Don't let this run away.
And I won't let go. My friends wonder what is wrong with me. Well, I'm in a daze from your love, you see. I came back to let you know. Got a thing for you, and I won't let go. Some people go around the world for love. They may never find they dream of. What won't do for love? You tried everything, but you won't give up. In my world, only you. Maybe do for love what I would've done. Do for love what I would've done.
Yeah.
Crowd pleaser.
It is. Now to simplify that, like that little high note there.
I see.
It's quicker. Wait. Wait till the last minute. There it is. See that? See how it sets it up. You don't need to do much else. You can do another note there. There you go. And this will work at a lot of different tempos. You know a lot of songs.
Hey Jude, don't make it better.
This is slower. Make a sad song, make it better. Remember, life's in when you begin to make it better. two versions. You got the Beatles version, and then you get Wilson Pickett.
Oh, Wilson. Yes, yeah.
But
that's
but Dwayne played on that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that was the first track that Dwayne cut at Muscle Shoals. And it was like he'd come back from California. He was like fed up. So he was the first long hair in Muscle Shoals, because all the guys, they were white. The rhythm sections were white. They were cutting all those tracks for Otis and everybody else. They were all locals, the white boys. And so Dwayne came in and he had his long blonde hair, and everybody said, "What is this?" You know, because they were short. They were like, you know, real conservative. And Dwayne just sort of just did what he did, and so Dwayne couldn't go eat, you know, dinner at the regular diner with the other musicians because he was a long hair. So he and Wilson stayed in the recording studio, and the band went off and had dinner, talked about color TVs and everything else. They were just totally like into the 9 and 5 of being session players.
Yes.
But Dwayne was on fire, and Wilson needed a hit that was going to cross to the white kids. And Dwayne was saying, "Do Hey Jude." He says, "What are you, crazy? That's a Beatle hit song. There's no way I could." Dwayne says, "Let me arrange it. Let me do this." So he brought in that Otis groove, you know. It was like, "Hey Jude."
Yeah, that's cool.
Dun, 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 dun. And when I played this, the Winnie, she says, "That's it. I feel that groove right there."
Yeah.
I remember learning you on, then you can start. So what happened on that track was all improvised. And at the end, when they did this long outro, and Dwayne cut loose, and he played the first Southern rock solo. And that changed the world. That guitar solo at the end, because no one had ever heard an electric guitar solo on a rhythm and blues song. It had always been saxophones. So Dwayne changed the world with that solo. And when Eric Clapton heard that song in England, he went nuts. He said, "Who's playing that guitar?" And he called up Jerry Wexler at Atlantic Records and said, "Who is that?" And Jerry said, "That's a kid. They call him Sky Dog. His name's Dwayne Allman." And that's when Eric changed his whole tune and eventually got Dwayne to play on Layla, and again changed history. But it was Dwayne that created the hit for Wilson by combining rhythm and blues and rock and roll. But see, and this is the groove, you know, it's just really solid, you know. Now you're not going to do the fast fills, you're going to do the slow fills. Because this has to do with, that's the patience. You got to be patient, and that comes out of the groove of the field hollers. Because the field hollers were to keep the energy going to harvest the cotton, right? There was no Afro-Cuban influence. Yeah. So it's good to remember that distinction if you're trying to capture the original feel of the song. Yeah. But again, you can't push it because you'll lose that groove. And that was the thing that when I first came to LA as a drummer in the early 70s, nobody had that. And I realized that's where I got it. You know, I brought that with me. and roll came together. So it doesn't use Afro-Cuban fills on the percussion. It uses those the simple ones. Now that's not truly Southern. That's because that's Oakland, California. That's their imitation. Now and it's brisker. That original hit was it's up here. Got the good job in the city, working on land every night. Don't speed up, don't they? The good side of the city, take life to ride on the river going, big wave on the sun, pound and keep on burning, rolling on a So that's a good example.
Hi
See,
guys.
Fogerty appropriated, but made it more pop until he gets like a little further along in their career. It was like Old Man Down the Road. Is different. He backed it off a little more because he knew he was close, but he really wasn't in that authentic groove. He was more rock and roll, but he imitated. You know, his voice. He had great voice, so he could get close to it. He could fake it, but it was really never the real deal.
Have you heard John Fogerty's Heard It Through the Grapevine?
Yeah, that's a good example.
That's a great
That's a good example.
best
Yeah. And now, if you want to look at, because I studied all these regionals, because that's Philadelphia, Baltimore. Yeah, but the original version, like Marvin's version, that's way back. Yeah. This is a perfect one for this. Just about to lose my mind, honey, honey, yeah. This is perfect for that film.
They say that a man
Ain't supposed to cry. He steals our love inside.
in my life is
There's some over here, Kathy. Are you looking for that?
me to say that I love someone else instead of not much longer.
But hold it back. Hold the groove back. Just about to lose my mind, honey, honey, yeah. See now that pattern? That little note at the edge with your left hand? There you go. Okay, big Andy. Yeah, so, Grapevine, most people do it too fast.
I agree.
Because if you listen to that, the two early versions, Marvin's version and the Pips, it's really strong, but it's not speedy. There's no speeding. And it's the blues. So when you have a blues song, you can't rush. You know, it's got to take in consideration that it's the blues. And so that's the art form of playing behind the groove and always releasing, so you don't have this anxious need to speed up, because you know the song it'll sound terrible. Yeah. So the magic of all those songs is that the rhythm section was always restrained. They were always loose, not tight, but always behind the beat. They were behind the metronome. And that was the art form of soul music. You know, whether it be like the up-tempo stuff out of Motown, or the Memphis stuff, or the Muscle Shoals stuff, or the Macon stuff. Everything had this skillful ability to play back.
Like a restraint.
Yeah. And it was a rare talent. The players could do that. I had to learn how to do it. It didn't come to me naturally, because I was on the metronome. So when they explained to me, no, you got to be late to the metronome, because it's a non-intellectual, very visceral, very physical, and of course that's what evolved into the drum therapies. But that art form of being able to control the whole band from just that pulse, and you know it. You know, when you find it, you know it. And this woman, 3 women came in the other day. One of them was a famous tapestry artist, and she was from Macon, Georgia. And I said, well, I just live in Macon. And I played that. She said, that's it. What you want. Is not the single tempo. The single tempo is faster. But Otis's original version was at this tempo. Because she stole the song from him. Actually, this is sitting at the Dr. Bay tempo, but you can't let it speed up. So I would recommend that. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, there you go. Just remind you, get into the habit of releasing. There you go. That's good, right there. That'll keep everybody happy. If you start to do it consciously, your musicians go, "What are you doing?" But they'll dig it right away. Oh, okay. You're opening up the groove. And what it does to the audience, it gives them the signal that you're fine, you're confident in what you're doing. If you speed up, the audience senses your fear. We had a girl, her mother brought her in. She's autistic, 10, 11 years old. As soon as I hit these grooves, she started singing. Parents didn't even know she could sing. She had a great voice, and she knew songs exactly like the records. The first song she sang was Peggy Lee's Fever. She sang all 7 verses with the key change. And I hit this one, she goes, "You can't always get what you want." She sang the whole song. 10 10 years old. And if you try sometime, you just can't get what you need. So the Stones really had done their work.
Yes.
They'd gone back and they found the groove. That's Charlie again. Had found the grooves that were hit grooves.
I'm better. Drink some borrowed green.
In Memphis. Being,
She tried to
take me upstairs for a ride.
She had to heave me right
Across the shoulder. Just can't
seem to
drink it off of my mind.
All together now. Honky tonk woman. She give me the honky tonk blues.
Again, that pattern. Blew my nose, then she blew my mind. So all the time, about this tempo, you're going to be able to cover a lot of different songs. But you want to vary a little bit because the audience is going to pick up on the fact that you're doing everything at the same tempo. But the trick is to remember to go slower. Like, if you're going to come up with another one, just take the tempo a little bit slower. I know the musicians are going to freak out. What are you doing? It's like, you got to change the tempo a little bit from the one before.
Now I'm in love with this drum today. So. Every Sunday, another drum.
It loves you.
Yeah. Hello.
Hi, how are you?
Good, good.
So then we've got a little secret there. That basic pattern that now you've got, you can see how that works at different tempos. And all you have to do is just really be mindful of your tempos.
Yeah. Yes.
to make the songs really work.
Yeah.
And usually it's slower than
Isn't it
most people
funny
think.
how we never slow down? One doesn't.
Thank you.
Musicians usually don't, but we
Yeah,
do
they
speed
don't
up.
want to. They don't trust slowing down.
If
Unless you
Oh,
come out of
okay,
that
thank you.
tradition and you see and you know that's so important to be able to do that. And also you made an interesting distinction here between the fills. You're gonna
Yes,
Afro-Cuban fills
yes.
are gonna be fast and sexy and sassy. But the rhythm and blues, the soul fills from the drums are really basic working like because they fulfill a different function. It goes back to the church. They're setting up the call and response,
I see.
and so they can't be overly. They can't be too fancy.
Mm-hmm.
And that was the interesting time because the Afro-Cuban was coming in to the soul music world, and you could see how they didn't quite fit. You know, they were two different approaches, and if you understood the difference, they would work. Because I used to watch with the Almonds, like JMO would sometimes because they had conga set on the stage, and then two drum sets, sometimes timpani, gongs, just all kinds of stuff. And if JMO would play the congas and Butch would be on kit, it would have a different feeling. But if they switched, and if Butch was on congas and JMO was on the kit, it was in a different band, entirely different band. So it's like I started to be able to distinguish what was needed instead of what the drummer felt like doing. It's like what did the song really need? And they were really true to the old school. You know, they really understood all those old grooves. They'd done their homework, and that's after all of this time, those are the songs that have survived. Those are the ones you're doing.
Sure.
And those are magical healing songs because of the groove, because of what the drummer's doing.
Yeah.
That's good. That's good.
Spencer tastes the drums.
Yeah, that's good. It's fine.
Yes, thanks.
Did you record it?
Yeah.
Just
Well,
good luck. I hope it's usable.
practice. I'm sure it will be. For sure. Garva, do you live on the west side?
Yeah.
Okay. So I want to give you guys a free dinner thing. There's this. I'm a chef for this company called My Table,
Really?
and so it's home cooking, home delivered. And what you can do is there's just sign up on the app, and it's every Monday through Friday, every night inclusive from 5 to 9. So you'll go on, you'll look at all the different menu options. There's comfort food, there's health food, vegan, there's meats. So, and then you'll just pay a $4 delivery fee. So they have this kind of special time where you can get a meal for free. And then the meals are usually from $10 to $13 each night. So, do you have another family member you want another card for?
Thank you.
Yeah. Some good chefs, interesting food, and
Wow.
they're trying to get the word out. So, yeah. So,
Thank you.
are you vegetarian or no? No, you. Good.
Everything.
Because there's chili rellenos and
Oh,
lasagna
yeah.
and pizza, and just and then.
Thank you.
So you're welcome. Explore. Thanks, guys. Thanks.
Good
See
luck.
you. Thank you so
Good night.
much.
Yeah, anytime.
See ya.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Good to see you.
Leslie, I'm sorry. It takes me a few years to get used.
Good. So those people were they visiting from?
They sounded French.
Yeah.
Speaking